Harper Audio presents Blindman's Bluff by Faye Kellerman. Copyright 2009 by Plotline Incorporated. Production copyright 2009, HarperCollins Publishers. Chapter 1. Fantasy, the stuff of life. As he dressed for work, he looked in the mirror. Staring back at him was a handsome man around 6'4". No, that was way too tall. Staring back at him was a 6'1", devilishly handsome, angular man with a surfer mop of sun-kissed hair and preternatural blue eyes, so intense that whenever any woman looked at him, she had to avert her eyes in embarrassment. Well, the eyes part was probably true. How about this? In the mirror, staring back at him, was an angular face, topped by a nest of curly, dark hair, and a shy smile that made women swoon, so boyish and charming, yet masculine at the same time. He felt his lips turn into a smile, and he raked fingers through his own curly locks, which were on the thin side. Not thinning, but not a lot of weight to the fibers. Pulling up on the knot of his tie, he eased it into the folds of his collar, and felt the fabric. Deluxe, heavy silk, hand-painted with an array of colors that would go with almost anything randomly chosen from his closet. As he tucked his shirt-tail into his pants, his hands ran over the rises and falls of a six-pack, courtesy of crunches and weightlifting and a very strict eating regimen. Like most bodybuilders, his muscles craved protein, which was fine as long as he trimmed the fat. That was why, whenever he looked in the mirror, he liked what he saw. More like what he imagined he saw. Decker was genuinely perplexed. "I don't understand how you got past the voir dire." "Maybe the judge believed me when I said I could be objective," Rina answered. Adding artificial sweetener to his coffee, Decker grunted. He had always taken his Java straight up, but of late he had developed a sweet tooth, especially after a meat meal. Not that dinner was all that heavy, skirt steaks and salad. He liked simple cooking whenever it was just the two of them. Even if the judge shamed you into serving, the public defender should have booted your attractive derriere off the panel. Maybe the PD believed that I could be objective. For the last 18 years, you've heard me piss and moan about the sorry state of the justice system. How could you possibly be objective? Rina smiled behind her coffee cup. "You're assuming I believe everything you tell me." "Thank you very much. Being a detective lieutenant's wife has not leached all rationality from my brain. I can think for myself and be just as rational as the next person. It sounds to me like you want to serve." Decker took a sip of his coffee, strong and sweet. "More power to you, darlin'. That's what our jury system needs, smart people doing their civic duties." He gave her a sly smile. "Or it could be that Mr. PD enjoys looking at you." "It's a she, and maybe she does." Decker laughed. Anyone would enjoy staring at Rina. Over the past years her face had grown a few laugh lines, but she still cut a regal pose, an alabaster complexion tinged with pink at the cheekbones, silken black hair, and cornflower-colored eyes. "It wasn't that I didn't want to get out of it," Rina explained. "It's just that past a certain point, if you want to be excused, you have to start lying. Saying things like, 'No, I can't ever be objective.' And that makes you sound like a doofus." "What's the case?" "You know I can't talk about it." "Ah, come on." Decker bit into a sugar cookie, home-baked courtesy of his 16-year-old daughter. Crumbs nested in his mustache. "Who am I going to tell?" "An entire squad room, perhaps?" Rina replied. "Do you have any court appearances in L.A. coming up?" "Not that I know of. Why?" "I thought maybe we could meet for lunch." "Yeah, let's get crazy and spend those $15 a day the courts give you." "Plus gas, but only one way." "Indeed, serving on a jury is not the pathway to riches. Even selling blood pays more. But I am doing my public duty, and as one employed to protect and serve, you should be grateful." Decker kissed her forehead. "I'm very proud of you. You're doing the right thing. And I won't ask you about the case any more. Just please tell—"
Sample complete. Ready to continue?